Weird.
Anyway.
The exact moment you go live, you get like a pop-up saying, I think, how do you say?
Something
like stream carefully.
It's like, yeah.
Super weird.
As you can see, hello by the way. We are sitting in the sunset.
This time it's not dark.
And yesterday we had a beautiful sunset as well. It was really beautiful. I took some pictures and put them on Instagram. Yeah. But it's again a beautiful day here. 12 or 13 degrees even, I think. So,
really sunny today.
Hello, we are live.
Hello.
If you're here, say in the chat that you're here as well, and say where you're from and what you want to share. One. We have one already. Esther. Hi, Esther. Hello. Esther's from the Netherlands. So, it actually feels like, whew, I can sit down now. I have been on the road the whole day. On the road, getting the last shopping for the garden. So we could finish the last things today and tomorrow. Because we're leaving on Friday again, right?
Don't tell me.
So yeah, so for me it feels like, okay, I can sit down now. We have a live stream here on this channel for like 50 minutes, 55 minutes, because then we switch over to our German channel and do a live stream there. So we have 2 hours of live stream. I can sit down, I can
drink some water.
Yeah, maybe a cup of tea in the second live stream and just relax and chat with you guys. What did you do today?
I worked. I did that this week and last week, like at least on the days that were like normal days, because I was Easter in between, but I was working normally, like because I always work remotely, so I could also just do it here, which I did.
That's the advantage of you working remote, right?
Yeah.
The only thing is that sometimes you feel like it's a shame, like I'm doing all the garden stuff and whatever, and you cannot.
But it was also mainly last week because I was super busy and I was like, busy the whole day, the whole time. I didn't have like a spare minute. And this week it was a bit calmer. So today when you were gone, I also had some time like in between to build a new chair for upstairs. So I finally have a new chair, and build some of the remaining garden furniture, because also like this morning when you were gone already, our Yisk delivery finally came.
It took 1.5 weeks or something?
Yeah.
A little bit more. Delivery times in Sweden are quite long, which is logical, I think, in such a big country, and we live quite remote here. So it's normal, but yeah, you built the table and the chairs got in, so we built a deck in the garden, or we didn't. We designed it, and a carpenter came and built it last week.
Oh, did a really great job.
Amazing job, and also such a nice person. So it was really cool because he was here for 2 days and he even slept here upstairs. Oh, did you see what I did? Slept. I don't know. He slept here upstairs in our guest bed.
Because it would be weird to like drive back and forth.
Yeah.
Would lose so much time, because he also had like a
3.5 hour drive. So. He is from Sweden, but originally from the Netherlands. And
but he lives in a different area, so it's not super close. So it would be quite inefficient to drive. And we are so happy that the deck is finished. It is such a beautiful extension to the house, and it just adds something like a character to the house and to the garden. Of course, there will be a garden video, but you can see, I will post some pictures on Instagram, I think tonight or tomorrow. It is such an improvement, the garden, right? Mm-hmm. We made a nice fire pit. There was already like a tiny fire pit, but we wanted to extend it. It's just still the same fire pit.
Yeah, the fire pit is the same.
You just extended like a whole sitting area around it, but the fire pit is the same.
Because it didn't have like a focus point, so we made a whole circle around it, took out all the grass, and then put in gravel, and then added some chairs and some tree trunks for some little bit of rustic vibe. Mm-hmm. And that looks really good, I think. And
we will definitely use it tomorrow for our last evening.
Yeah, we bought. Let me show you what.
Because the weather will still be fantastic for the rest of the week. So finally. or not finally, but we had like a really like huge dip in between because we had white Easter.
This will be
this is white marshmallow.
Tomorrow night at the fire pit. I went to 3 shops for this. I was almost on my way back, and I had Tim on the phone, and Tim said, "Did you get the marshmallows?" And he said, "Oh, I forgot the marshmallows." So I went back to the dollar store first. No marshmallows there. Then I went to the tiny supermarket around.
So weird that they didn't have marshmallows because they are such a huge candy section.
Maybe not barbecue season yet or something. Then I went to the supermarket in that area. No marshmallows. So then it was like, I was quite tired from the whole day. It was already like 4 o'clock or something. Like, should I drive back or do I go back to the big supermarket, which was another, I don't know, back into the center. But I decided to do it. So tomorrow we can close off this holiday.
But I think one bag would have been enough, right?
But I bought 2 bags so that in May when we come back, we already have marshmallows. Anyway, I'm gonna pop into the chat. Oh, my mom is here as well. Hi, Mom.
Hello.
And thank you, Esther, for saying the deck looks great. We're so happy with it.
Yes, we are.
And my mom also says that we've been working really, really hard. And yeah, we have. If you have any questions, if you're watching the stream and you have any questions, or if you want to share something, just say hi, put them in the chat, and we'll be on the lookout for that. So yeah, the marshmallows are done, and we got.
I was just talking also about like we had really fantastic weather, but we also had a big dip in between. We had white Easter.
First time.
Literally started on the Good Friday, and it stayed until the Monday.
Yeah, and literally.
And Monday, Saturday, Sunday, it snowed quite a lot.
Yeah.
And there was like a huge layer every morning, and then it melted a little bit, and then the next day it was all back.
Every morning was like
3 times.
Full white world. Yeah. And then at the end of the afternoon, you'd see it dripping from the trees.
But it was a first for us. We never had white Easter before.
And it was quite funny because we planned this trip to do the garden, and we already agreed with the carpenter to come during this trip. And then when the trip got closer, people were starting saying like, maybe it's a little bit too early for Sweden to do garden work. And I was kind of like stressing out a little bit because I was like, ooh, and we had the camera outside, and I asked Tim every day, can you send me a picture of the snow? Is the snow already gone? And every day I would compare the pictures to see if the snow was melting. But
the first few days are really good, and also like the day that the carpenter came, like the main day, the first day, because he arrived really early. It was really great weather, and we also had just finished building our new picnic table, so we also could have lunch outside, which is really nice.
Yeah. It was really nice.
We had a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Esther is saying maybe people are shy in the chat. That might be true, Esther. And also on the English channel, our English channel is slowly growing, and so it's also a smaller channel. And the German channel is
very different.
The community is different. The community on the German channel is there's more people commenting on videos and engaging in chats and whatever. So, but we have one. We have.
Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil. We have a comment and a question. Shutsan, hi. Impressive work this far. Thank you. I like you're exploring as well and recognize most places. My guess is that your house is not too far away from where I am.
Oh, okay.
Tell us, where are you? Which city are you near to?
Or region or whatever.
And this is quite funny because you've been working full time almost, and I've been doing the garden. So even this time it didn't feel like we were exploring the region that much. Now that the garden is done mostly,
we didn't have the time yet.
No, exactly.
Last year we were like renovating. Mm-hmm. In January we had full on winter with a lot of snow, so we really stayed like in the area because it was gorgeous here already, and in that weather you don't drive that far.
No.
So
this trip also didn't feel like exploring a lot, but we will be doing that in the next trips because we'll be back here a lot this year.
We also explored like all the stores and shops a little bit more, so we now get a little bit or a better feeling now what you can buy where. And also you went to new shops you've never been to. You've been to the Jula for the first time.
I love the Jula now.
You've been to the Swedish IKEA for the first time.
I think I can call myself an expert now. It took a long time to get into like what can I buy at which shop, and now I think I'm an expert. Let me see. We have another comment. Okay. My mom says, "I hope the plants will stay when nobody. The plants will do good when nobody's there." Well, actually, next week the first guests will be here, and we'll ask them to water the plants, and then we'll be back soon enough. Then we have Marcel. Marcel says, "Hi Tim and Dennis, nice to see you're back in Sweden. Not sure if you already mentioned this but in a previous video, but what are your plans for stay? You mean for this stay or...?
For stay in Sweden.
Oh, stay in Sweden. We are not going to stay in Sweden full-time. We love our village that we live in the Netherlands, and we love our family and friends that live nearby. And Tim's family and friends in Germany that are also not that far away. So we are not going to...
Especially not for Swedish standards, it's still super close, even if it's in a different country.
So we are not going to be moving here full-time, but like you've seen, we are here quite a lot, and we're going back in 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, we
for 2 weeks.
Soon already.
Then we're going back in June for 2 weeks, in August for 2 weeks, and then we don't know for the fall yet.
And we haven't planned...
But maybe we don't have time.
For the time between August and December, because we will definitely be also back for December, like before, during, and after Christmas, and also for New Year's Eve, and like that time. So we're maybe a little bit longer even.
We're here a lot.
But we didn't think about like the time between August and December.
No, and might be too busy with work, but I don't know. We'll see if there was also. But at least we're coming 4 more times this year. And we will be renting it out. Yeah, we are renting out our cabin here to people that we know. And so for just like a friendly a price, and
so we will have guests here staying on their own.
Sometimes, not all the time.
But we will also have guests with us, visiting us here.
Talk about it. Nice. So I can see the question.
The first ones will already be in the next time we're here in May, which will be one of the ones that are in the chat, namely your mother and your dad. So they will visit us. They come by plane, and then we pick them up. And they will spend a few days here.
And they are very excited to like see where we live here. And they also, like my mom was saying this week, like, leave me some work in the garden. I want to help you a little bit. So leave something. But Mom,
there's
plenty of work still left in the garden. So you don't have to be bored when you're here.
Yeah.
Shitsan says, I'm on the other side of Copperberry and I drive past Kloten very often.
Oh, that's, even for Swedish standards, it's really close by.
So, Shitsan, send us a message on Instagram. That is the easiest way to message us. On Instagram, our handle is @na.la.gom. So dots in between the na and the la. And send us a message there, because we'd love to do fika, have a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee, but tea or...
We have coffee, but we don't drink coffee.
No, so let us know. We love meeting people that are local and that live here.
Yeah, it would be awesome. Yeah.
Then we have Michelle MMQ. Following from Luxembourg. We love Luxembourg.
Oh, Luxembourg.
We were there 2 years ago, and we were so amazed by the city.
Also following on Instagram.
And the country.
Good, thank you.
It's been fun watching your work on the house and your adventures so far. Thank you. We actually made quite a few nice videos this day already, but we're still on the channel. There's still the winter videos, of course.
Yeah.
One more winter video coming, I think, because we are not here full time, so we can't do a video every week that is super current. So we do have to plan ahead a little bit. It sucks a bit, but it's okay. But Michelle also has a question. You have your adorable dog Nala with us. I don't know if you can see her.
No, yes, chairs in the way. But she's laying down on the floor. She's in the living room. She is.
You can see her
enjoying a treat. And she's there on the carpet.
On the carpet.
You can see the paws.
Yeah. You have your adorable dog Nala with you on your visits. How dog friendly have you found where you are and Sweden in general? That is actually a good question.
I think in general it's been fine, right? Of course, she's not allowed everywhere.
No.
And not in shops, but that's normal.
The shops is normal. I would say dog friendly. It's super amazing to be walking with your dog here in nature. She loves it here.
Yeah, and like there's also a lot of people that have dogs. And
people
that
are
love
super
dogs,
dog friendly.
But I would say, of course, our like the area, there's not that many cafes and restaurants anyway, because it's not bigger, such big places. But I would say like maybe half of them allow dogs.
Yeah, 50-50 or 40-60, I think, in this region. But
we also
if
have that
you
super handy app where you can always check that for 100% for certain that dogs are allowed. So there's a super nice Swedish app where you can look that up. But and sometimes there's even more that even not on the app. So you can always check and
the ones that we found that do allow dogs are so nice. Such nice cafes. So there is plenty of choice for people to go with their dog, but it is not as easy as Germany or
we even learned about a new one that we haven't even been to yet. We didn't. We hadn't heard about before Sunday, so we will check that out next time for sure. We will also be adding them on our list on our website with tips, but also in the videos that we'll put in links. In the new videos we'll put on links to where we've been. Marit is here. Hi, Marit. Can we get a tour of the garden? I'm so curious. I don't know if the Wi-Fi will allow me to do that, but we'll be doing it in a video on the channel, so you'll have to wait a few weeks or even a little bit longer. But and on Instagram I'll be posting pictures tonight or tomorrow of the results. But yeah, it's a bit hard because the Wi-Fi outside is not that good, so then the whole stream might end up being gone. But Marit, I'm super excited to come back home because Marit does a lot of plants. She has a lot of plants. She actually showed me today all the plants that she's preparing. I need more plants, and plants here are very expensive, so I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy more plants at Marit, but especially her raspberries. But she has a lot of really nice plants. Yeah, I'm preparing a raspberry field here in the garden, or I will be doing that in May, and I want to have Marit's raspberries because her raspberries are only like a bush, like 80 centimeters high or something. Perfect. I actually learned something nice today because I met our neighbor, which is also the previous owner of the house, today by chance. And he actually told me that we also have blackcurrant plants in the back of the garden. So he said they were a little bit, they had a little bit of a hard time, so they might need a bit fertilizing, but we just need to see what happens. But if we're lucky, we also get blackcurrant in the garden, which is really nice. And I added a lot of new bushes, so it's going to be really nice. This year, of course, they will not grow as big yet, but next year all the new bushes will be growing. Yeah, we added even a few new fruit trees because we only have like one huge old apple tree, which I absolutely adore. But we added a few more fruit trees as well, like also apple and pear and cherry. I'm going to go to the chat a little bit. Blue Girl, hi Blue Girl. Blue Girl's happy that we're back on the live chat. We'll be doing live chats whenever we're here, so it's a few times a year. I think that's a nice thing. And Esther says, is Nala sleeping? No, she's chewing some. She's laying there chewing on a bone. She's having a snack. She's having a snack. Blue Girl says, as you mentioned, also I mentioned how I love when your drone is up filming. Yes, we actually didn't do a drone shot yet. We'll need to do it tomorrow of the garden. Yeah, like the results. At all. We didn't have time. And Blue Girl is also always very active in the comments, so it's also always really nice to talk to you. And it's nice that you're now here live in the chat. The spring, we will be back in May in like 4 weeks or something, and then we'll be filming a lot of more drone footage because it is spring here, but stuff has not really come out yet. The buds are budding. Of course, it's already like quite green because it's like a lot of moss and like pine trees and things like that. And of course, they stay green. So we only have really some. Nice. I don't remember the English name. The white snowdrops. I think snowdrops. Yeah, snowdrops. In Dutch, we call them sneeuwklokjes. Winterklokjes. Sneeuwklokjes. Snowdrops. Yeah, snowdrops. We have them, and we do have some daffodils coming up. And I found some crocuses close by as well. Close by. So spring is a little bit behind here. So in like 2 weeks, I think everything will start to open up. So when we get back in 4 weeks, was already full on spring when we left, or even our magnolia tree was already full in bloom. So we'll be doing a lot of drone footage, or at least some drone footage when we are back here. And my mom says Nala doesn't want to leave on Friday. No, she doesn't. I think so. She's having the best time. She's outside the whole time and like sniffing and walking and running and playing. And Marit wants a little bit of the blackcurrant, I think. Yeah. I have no idea how it looks like, but probably we will find it.
Yeah, Esther, thank you, snoeklokjes. I was like, I couldn't find the English word and then the Dutch word. So yeah, but at least should send us a message on Instagram. I'd love to connect because it's nice. We now know some locals here, and we've met a couple that's actually a Dutch couple that lives in Ludwika, and they came over for Easter Sunday, and we prepared dinner, and it was really nice. And that girl is actually also going to clean our house in between guest visits, so that's really awesome. And last night we had...
She offered, and it was, we were so happy that we got the offer because we didn't have anyone.
Yeah. And they're very nice people.
Yeah.
And last night our neighbors came over. So it was also really nice, like the oldest son and I think the oldest daughter, or at least one of the daughters, who also works at Cloten, and we see her on when we go for Friday night.
Yeah, she works as a waitress.
But they came over and we did some board games and had a nice night. So it's really like, also I love that they're Swedish, so we can learn a little bit more of Swedish culture by their stories. So yeah, it's really nice connecting with local people.
And of course super local because they live next door and they grew up here in that remote area. It's kind of the only full-time resident, so I think it's also a really, really special thing.
Marit asks if there's Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis in the spring or in the summer. This is actually about the end of the season for the Northern Lights.
This is already quite unlikely, yeah.
There were some last weekend, but then we had the snowstorm, so there was nothing for us to see.
Yeah, it was only further north where there was no clouds, so it was really good.
So the chances of seeing it are going down, 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 but they will go up again at the end of October.
Yeah, I think it's from October until March, April at the latest. Yeah.
So fingers crossed that we'll see it later on this year, but this trip, the last few nights, it was super clear. So I was hoping maybe it would be back, but no. We have an app called Aurora. Oh, Aurora.
I think a lot of people use it and know of.
And that will give you a notification if the Aurora is to be seen in your area.
Yeah.
But yeah. Unfortunately, we have to wait a little bit longer.
Okay, I've seen it once this year also in the Netherlands.
Oh yeah, in the Netherlands, yeah.
It was also quite special because there was a lot of activity.
It was very strong.
I think I moved the camera.
Oh. Don't push it over.
I had no idea that it was so close under the table.
No, your legs are just really far. Anyway, if you have any more questions, then drop them. And otherwise, we are going to talk about Easter. Because I would like to... can you show it? Because I love seeing new traditions in a new country. How do people celebrate and everything. And here they put feathers in trees outside in bushes, bushes in front of their house.
Instead of eggs.
And they have really colorful feathers, like the ones you can get at a craft shop. And they decorate the trees with it. And it looks really nice when you drive through the streets and you see those feathery trees or bushes. Nice. And you can show that. What is that?
So it's cardboard.
Show it first.
I'm showing it the whole time.
Yeah, but you do a little bit like this. Put it in their face.
In the face.
In their face.
But the good thing is it opens and then ta-da! But it's already half empty.
Half empty. Oh, there's one påskskum left. They have Christmas foam candy, and they have the Easter version as well. And it's foamy candy, and it's really nice. I actually really like it. I can eat a whole bag at once. I get a little bit nauseous.
Also Easter on the inside.
But this is actually, we've got this from the people that visited us on Sunday. It was super nice, and of course we ate a lot of candy already that was in it. And I was looking for these eggs because I really love to have them for next year or something, and I didn't find them until today at OEB. How do you pronounce it? OEB. OEB. Shop, and then I got 2 more of these. But I'm gonna eat the påskskum. They also have an Easter soda drink, påskmust, which is actually the same as the Julmust, which is the Christmas must. But it's nice. It's nice that they have it actually.
Did you try several Swedish dishes already? Oh yeah, definitely. Your mouth is full. Yeah, we actually went. Did also something really nice for Easter on Saturday, which is normally like for us it doesn't have any meaning at all, but here it's like Easter Eve or something. They call it
like Christmas Eve. Then.
Yeah, påskafton, and it's actually quite big. And we went to a Easter buffet here close by. Actually, also like right next to Kopparberg, there's like a really beautiful mansion, and they had Christmas Easter buffet on Friday and on Saturday. And we went on Saturday, and they had like all those really nice traditional Swedish dishes. A lot of things were kind of like similar to the Christmas buffet that we've done before once in Stockholm.
2 years ago, we went to Stockholm for Christmas, and we did a Yule board there, which is like the Christmas table, Christmas buffet. Yeah. So the dishes are quite similar, but we did discover new things.
Yeah, and it was really nice. The food was amazing. It was tasted amazing.
So good.
And also the mansion, and it was absolutely beautiful also on the inside. And it was completely full of Swedish families, and
that was also nice to see like the Swedish families there. And I don't know, it just felt like very local.
It's a really big family affair.
So, yeah. And I discovered a new dish called Janssens frestelle. I'm butchering it maybe. And it's like a potato gratin with potatoes, cream, onions, and anchovies. And it was so good. And it had a sweetness to
I also
it.
tried a little bit, and it's really good, actually.
I think the onions gave the sweetness. It was so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the buffet was really, really nice.
I mean, also had amazing desserts as well.
Too many desserts.
We had pineapple pie, which we never had, but it was really nice.
But it was not like a pineapple pie. It was like not as sweet, and it was
and like really
little
nice
chunky, buttery dough.
Batter or something.
It was really good. But my
and rhubarb pie was also amazing with warm
one.
Vanilla sauce.
And I love something very special. We're gonna show it in one of the videos coming up, I think. It's called the kladdkaka. Kladdkaka. Sorry, I'm butchering my Swedish pronunciation.
The mud cake.
Mud cake, and it's
I think it's very famous also outside of Sweden.
Yeah, right? People have heard about it, I think. But it's it's like really flat chocolate cake. Apparently also very simple to make, and it's I think even more gooey than a brownie.
Lava cake or something.
It's not a lava cake because it's gooey all over, but it's so gooey and so chocolatey. Oh, love that very much.
Yeah.
Let me see. Blue Girl says, I have always wondered if there's a particular reason to the red color so many of the houses and shops are painted in. In the last video, yellow buildings. Yeah, there are also quite a lot of yellow buildings.
Yeah, but red is definitely
the color.
Most common. Yeah. Yellow you also see quite a lot. Also sometimes like white or light blue.
Or gray.
Or green.
But
red is definitely predominant.
I would say 70% is red.
And there's definitely a reason for it, because they use like a specific type of color, which is called faluröd, so the Falun red, which is also from this area, from like a huge mine that's even a UNESCO heritage site now, where it originally came from. So it's also like there's a lot of like copper or like iron in there, which gives it the red color. And also the way it's painted outside, it's not really like liquidy paint, but it's more like a powder kind of thing. So if you touch it, you have like...
Yeah, you'll see it. The walls, and you have to repowder it every few years. Yeah. And you have to brush off the excess powder and then apply a new one with a brush, I think. We'll have to still do that next year or the year after.
So there's like a lot of like natural mines everywhere for those kinds of minerals. So they had that in abundance, so they used that for their houses.
But what was actually a fun fact is that we are very close to the town of Kopparberg, and that is a copper mine, and there the houses have a little bit more orange tint. At first I was like, oh, it's the same. There's a really beautiful church there. It was in one of the winter videos, and it had a little bit more orangey color. Beautiful.
It was also chosen like most beautiful church in Sweden even.
Yeah.
It's really gorgeous.
Mix Maxen says yes, the Janssens frestelse. I'm fine. It is difficult to pronounce, but yeah, that's really, really nice. My mom says she prefers knäckebröd. Yeah, but
the only thing you know.
you'll get some other dishes, Mom, when you visit here.
You probably also know the köttbullar, the Swedish meatballs.
Yeah, of course. And Tim made fresh red beet salad, the traditional local dish, and it was really nice. We actually had it tonight as well. One reason Schutzan says for the red houses is that historically there are many ways to find pigments for paint in nature, especially in the regions where you have mining iron and copper.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Yeah.
So
iron and copper.
Yeah, we are actually planning on visiting the town of Falun, which is only like an hour and a half from here, I think. Maybe a little bit more.
I think a little bit less.
Or less? Well, it's above
Borlänge and then
another
close
40
to Borlänge.
Yeah. So at one point this year, or otherwise next year, we'll go to that town where the famous red paint comes from, because it's just, I think it's nice to see the mines and to
Yeah, it's also like kind of like the capital main city of Dalarna. Mm-hmm. But Borlänge is the biggest city, like population-wise, but Falun is like the center.
And Mora is also very big or famous.
No, I think it's not that big. It's very famous.
I think Mora is like the cultural.
Yeah, but it's like they're like more like towns and cities like all around Lake Siljan, which is like the big famous lake in Dalarna, and there's like a lot of like those really iconic towns there all around the lake, and Mora is I think one of them, but it's also like Rättvik and Leksand and all those things.
Yeah, Leksand is the one where the famous knäckebröd comes from. Like, you, of course, you know Vasa knäckebröd, but the other famous one is Leksand. This like in the triangular shape.
You can actually get that all over.
Yeah,
we also can get it in
all the time,
Netherlands and everything. Yeah, it's always triangular.
Triangular, you have different flavors. Yeah, the yellow and the black or the red.
Sourdough knäckebröd, which is really nice.
But I've heard that in Leksand, where the factory is, they sell like these tins, triangular shaped tins, to keep your knäckebröd in, and I think that's funny. I would really want to buy one there.
And in Dalarna, there's also like a really tiny town where there's like where you can get the horses. The Dala has the Swedish, the Dala horse.
I'm going to show you because I have one.
The red one, the original one. And there's like a workshop, and you can kind of make your own there as well, which is really nice. But we have this one. Because different regions here in Dalarna, they also have like their own horse, and this is the one for this area. That's the Ludvika hest, so the Ludvika horse.
And it has little violets on it. Yeah. It's so nice that every big town has its own version. I think that's quite cute. I've also seen from an Instagram friend a really, really beautiful black one with I think pine cones on it in white.
It was in a different area, where it was the local one. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know if they're only allowed to have their own version in Dalarna, or is it in whole
Sweden? I
think
so because it's really only from this area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if
there's also like a few like in the town also at Ludvika, but also at like the train station or like other places they also have like randomly sometimes they have like a horse there outside as a statue.
SSS cute. Yeah, I really think it's cute.
And it was not easy to find because it was like only like one or two shops that even sell it.
There's only 2 shops in Ludvika that sell it.
It was a legit one, so they had different sizes, but it was also like a tiny like.
It is crazy expensive. I think it's expensive for a little horse like this.
But it's handmade.
Of course it is handmade, so maybe I'm too much used to Temu now.
There's even like a signature of like saying 2025 and.
But take a guess in the chat. How much did this horse cost?
I think it's really nice.
It's nice to do a little poll, right? Put your guesses in the chat. And Blue Girl says, "I love hearing the history of the places you've gone to. I remember that church you went to. It was so beautiful." And we will definitely take you along as we discover more towns.
When there's no snow as well. Again.
Yeah, we're going back to that church for sure. But other places we're going to Västerås in May, I hope.
And the sun is now setting here.
Yeah, we see the sun.
I saw myself in like the light.
And we're going to hopefully to Lund this year. We're going to many places, and then we'll of course be filming. We have Alive Blues Cat saying 129 Swedish crowns. Swedish crowns to euros is about dividing by 10 or 11. So it's not completely dividing by 10, but that's what my head always does, but then distract a little bit. So 129 is the first guess.
Oh, we have somebody else. Oh.
And we have, Anne-Marie.
From Monaco.
Hi, Anne-Marie. I know Anne-Marie also from Instagram.
I think I've never met somebody from Monaco.
Monaco.
Sorry.
I've been to Monaco twice, actually.
I've never been there.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love the south of France anyway, and Monaco is really...
Monaco.
Hello from Monaco. So this time where I just had a hip replacement. Oh. I hope you're doing well. Are you already up and about? Can you already walk a little bit? Hope you're doing good. And my mom asks, do both of you feel foreigners there? Can you already embrace the culture and the habits there? I still feel like a foreigner, but it does start to feel, I wouldn't say like my second home yet. That's a little bit too early, but it does feel familiar. So it's really nice to be back here. It's familiar. You know some people. You know also like some people that work in the shops here. You're doing the horse thing. So it's nice to see familiar faces, and they also recognize us or me or whatever when I do some shopping. It's nice that we see the neighbors every time we're here. So I think I will always feel like a foreigner because we're not living here fully, but it does feel more familiar, which I love very much.
Oh, we need to visit Röda Jorden in Riddarhyttan. Where's Riddarhyttan? I don't know that place. But Röda Jorden means the red earth.
Okay.
And so it sounds like also a little like
Can you note it down on your telephone? On Google Maps, because we always note down stuff that we need to visit.
We already have so many things.
And Blue Girl asks if we said the denomination of the church. Was it Protestant church in Copperberry?
I think Sweden, like in general, is Protestant.
Yeah, actually. I think it's
But it's always like the Swedish church, which it's called, but I think it's always Protestant.
The biggest religion here is Protestant, right? I think so. I need more guesses because we've got one for 129 Swedish crowns, which is around 11 euros. And then we have Esther saying $8. 8 euros, sorry. We have Blue Girl saying $24, so that would be around 20 euros. We need more guesses. Take a guess. We have Jack Morgan. Hi, Jack Morgan. 300 Swedish crowns, which is around 28 euros.
Almost feels like an auction.
Yeah, but it's nice. I like that.
500,
Michelle is saying 550 Swedish crowns. Okay.
But do you actually remember how much it was?
I know around, I know like an estimate. The church in Copperberry, it's Lutheran. Okay.
But Lutheran is Protestant.
Yeah, it's a
like a stream.
Yeah.
Streaming.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the price. This was around. Jack Morgan is correct. It was around 300 Swedish crowns. It could have been 350 even. So this was around. It was around 29, 30 euros. But of course, it is handmade, hand painted, and it is very
unique.
Not limited edition, but it's only sold in 2 shops in Ludvika. So it's very, very
limited. It's kind of limited. It's not a limited edition, but it's like a limited stock or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it away now.
Because it was the only one left in that size. The other ones were bigger and even more expensive.
A horse can't walk backwards, right? I think. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So Jack Morgan, you won. Are you Swedish, Jack Morgan, or are you? Maybe if you're Swedish, it's easier to guess. I don't know. The funny thing is that I think some things here in Sweden, the prices are similar to the Netherlands, and some things are a little bit more expensive. And I have not discovered things that are cheaper here.
I get a lot of sunset in my face now.
In your face.
But it's always like the last minute, just before sunset, the sun is exactly between 2 trees just behind our apple tree, shining right into the kitchen window, which is absolutely gorgeous.
Jack Morgan is not Swedish, so Jack Morgan, you have a really good sense of value, especially for Swedish things.
Oh, Luca said, I'm Lutheran also. I somehow had a feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a really, that's something that I could, because I'm not religious, but the church in Copperberry was so welcoming. We went in, it was just after a mass, because it was only open during mass, and then they do fika after the mass, so we were allowed in. three separate people at one point came up to us and like started talking, and they said welcomed us and started talking about the building and the history.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Like 3 different people, and they all
It's
said,
really
if you want fika, come join us. And also they had an LGBT flag. I do see that a lot here in churches in Sweden.
I think I've literally
also,
seen it in every church.
It was very welcoming, but the people were so nice. I mean, yeah, we didn't do the fika there because we were going for a fika at a cafe after. But
well, we've actually also been on Monday again as well, because it's now kind of like our new favorite cafe here in the area. Because they're also super dog friendly.
They even have dog fika at this. It's called Gelanders. We'll put a link in the video coming up, and it's we've linked it on our Instagram and stuff.
The place is nice. The food is amazing. The people are awesome. So it's
what was quite nice was the last time we were there. The owner, he talked to us and he said, "Oh, the Netherlands, I love their syrup, like their pancake syrup." And so we said, "Oh, we'll bring you one." And of course, he thought maybe that was like a joke, but no, we put it on our to-do list.
No joke.
And we brought a can or like a jar, a bottle of Schenkstroop, Dutch Schenkstroop, which is the syrup you put on pancakes, a really, really nice syrup. And so we brought it, and he was like so happy. He was like, "Oh, I didn't think you would bring it." And he remembered us, of course, and we talked about the area where we live in, and it's the people there, they really have a passion for doing what they do, and it just shows in how they decorated it. It shows in the quality of the food and the experiment things that they do. Like they experiment with buns. Maybe talk about the one they made this time.
They had new ones. They were trying out new things as well, and now they had like a cardamom bun filled with custard, and also which in Swedish is called drottningsylt, which means Queen's jam, and it's like we also actually bought it because we heard of it, and nice. I wanted to have it myself. And you can just buy it in the store. It's like half raspberry blueberry jam, and it's really awesome.
It's such a nice combination. It has raspberry is very, very prominent, but then the blueberry gives it a little bit more sweetness.
It's like a really nice balance, like really the sourness of the raspberry and the sweetness of the blueberry.
And Real Life Blues Cat says, did you say dog fika as in a dog cafe? It is not a dog cafe, but
they have like
dog
fika
friendly.
For dogs.
Yeah, so they have like all of our fika, and they have one bowl, like so glass dome that you can lift up, and it's filled with dog treats. And they didn't make it themselves; they just bought it. Yeah. But it just shows, and it has a little sign saying "dog fika." It just shows how friendly they are to dogs. Yeah. That you are not even welcome with your dog, but they even have treats for your dog.
They always greet Nala as well. And
yeah,
it's really nice.
So we just love that place, and not only because of that, but also because of the people and the food. Their lunch menu is so nice. They always have one or two really good fresh soups, and like
I had red lentil soup this time. It was so good. Oh my god!
And their bread, and it's really a really nice place. Blue Girl says, "Have you had the princess cake there? I saw a Swedish bakery YouTube channel that had them and looked awesome, and I thought of you, Dennis. Thank you."
I think I've actually never really had it before.
No, we haven't.
I've like tried it, but I never really ordered it myself.
Yeah. We will,
like a big
because we always will do food in our videos because we are foodies, we love food. So, but I don't know, we will do it at one point, but this time we found something else.
We just got to like the new special ones, like the I don't know, like the limited ones or something.
No, we are going to taste it very soon.
Yeah, I really want to try it as well.
But this week or this 2 weeks that we've been here, last time in January it was the semla. That was our obsession.
We actually had one this time.
We had one to start the week, like to start the trip off, and now we found Sinelle vanille, which is like a little bit of puff pastry, and then it has a vanilla custardy inside, and this one is a new version. The other one we had from the Cove, different. And this is from the Willy's.
But the other one, you could really see like in the middle, like a huge chunk of
custard,
yellow, and also like a brownish, like almost like a Portuguese pasta nata.
They do remind me a little bit of that, but this is bigger, which is always good. And this is, I think, number 6 that we're having. So the Princess Torte we'll have to wait until the next time, but we will definitely be buying it at one point. But this we're going to leave for the German channel. We're going to the German channel after this.
It was
at 8
too
o'clock.
early now to already have. We
so
just had like dinner, and then it would be a bit too early to immediately have fika as well.
We're doing it at 8 o'clock. So if you transfer with us to the German channel, then you
I've
see us eating. I don't know.
But I had another classic last time we were here, like in the winter. I had the Budapest roll, which like with like meringue foam and like hazelnut and stuff, and it was also really amazing. Actually, I would also have that again.
But for me, like the cardamom bun is also I always need at least 1 or 2 cardamom buns here because good. Schützen says, I think the cafe, the talk about welcomes dogs. It's not a dog cafe. No, exactly. It's a cafe. Oh, there is a dog cafe in Vasastan in Stockholm, though. Oh, I didn't know that. Vasastan. We will definitely be going to Stockholm at one point this year, I think.
Yes.
Because a very good friend of ours lives there as well, so we will visit her.
And we're really not that far from Stockholm, actually. 2.5
hours max. 2 hours 20, I think.
Yeah.
And Blue Girl says, Dennis, I know no one else who describes food as well as you. Thank you so much. Oh. Yeah, we love food, and we are always enthusiastic when we taste something nice or new.
And we have some experience.
Oh yeah. Maybe you don't know that.
Yeah.
Because we are actually also like foodies a little bit more on YouTube here. That we've been
around on YouTube since 2017.
9 years? Yeah, 9 years already on a different channel called Stuffer, STUFR.
Short travel, unique food reviews.
And it's
travel and food.
Yeah.
So
Stuffer, travel and food.
We've been doing that all the time. Already. So.
But that channel, of course, now it still has some videos planned now, but then it will be a little bit difficult because we are not traveling that much.
Yeah, we're really focusing on Sweden now.
So we will be doing a few videos on Swedish food there on that channel, and we have some other things planned. But we will have to be like finding a new way of getting content on that channel. But that channel is our oldest baby.
And we had some really nice Sweden videos on there as well. Also like from like Christmas time in Stockholm in 2024, and that was really nice. Yeah.
And all our other travels to Vietnam, to America, to Namibia, to Paris, to Berlin. There's a lot of travel content there and a lot of food content on that channel. So that could actually be Esther. Could you put the name of the channel in the chat so people can at least see how you write it, because sometimes it's difficult to when you say
your mother
stuff.
Already did it.
Oh, my mom already did. Oh yeah, okay. Real Life Blue Scat says the vanilla custard filling in Sweden is sometimes colloquially called mormors hosta. Oh, grandma's couch.
Cuff.
Oh, cuff. Sorry.
Mormors hosta.
Mormors hosta.
Yeah, grandma's
hosta. Yeah, hosta.
Cuff. Yeah.
Hosta sounds the same a little bit as Dutch.
Yeah.
Ah, grandma's cuff. Why is that called? Can you explain that?
Yeah, that's funny.
Is there a reason? It doesn't put me off the pace.
Actually, that sounds really like disgusting. Actually.
No, but I'm not put off by good food. Good food is good food. Yeah. People can talk about going to the toilet, and I can still eat my food and enjoy it. Yeah. I can really tune out all the noise.
Just forget about it. And, yeah.
I can tune out and just enjoy my food. I can also sit at the.
Really beautiful.
What am I looking at?
The sunset.
Oh, I knew.
The sky is beautiful. Sorry.
I can sit at a McDonald's with a lot of families and a lot of kids' noise around me, and I can really be enjoying my chicken nuggets, which are my favorite from the McDonald's. I'm not a huge McDonald's fan, but the chicken nuggets are amazing, and I can just enjoy my chicken nuggets, preferably 20 pieces.
But now since we are coming to Sweden, actually now that we discovered the Max, I actually prefer that one. I think it's a lot better than McDonald's or Burger King.
I like also the selection of sauces they have.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah.
But we have not done a video on that, but we will also do a video on the Max.
But there's also other place we haven't been yet because we were told that the Chop is amazing. We have never been there before. Yeah. And like the Sibylla, we've also never been there.
Yeah, so. If you are from Sweden, then let us know what is your favorite fast food chain that is more local, like a Swedish chain. What should we go to?
Oh, there were a few comments. Mix Mexican.
Oh, it's a joke about how it looks. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I can tell it's a little bit.
Yeah. What did you think then?
No, I didn't know where the name came from.
But wait, makes all the snow gone here. Come 20 centimeters on Easter, but almost gone now. I live near Östersund. Oh yeah, but it's also further north, quite some.
Yeah, we had about
we
6 centimeters, I think.
Yeah, but it melted and it came back, so we had actually a lot of snow. It was really like thick snowflakes and like really heavy.
But it was more of that wetter snow, so you could actually make snowballs this time, because in the January we couldn't make snowballs; it was too fluffy and feathery.
Yeah, it was really heavy snow. Yeah, we had quite a lot. It was like, I don't know, like this high or so at like the certain point. I don't know. But
Mix Maxen, send us a message on Instagram. I was like thinking what.
Just put it in the chat.
Yeah, I can put it there. But na.la.com, I can put it.
Maybe it's also in the description of the live stream, maybe?
Not in the description, but I can put it in the comment, but it will come from somebody called Stuffer, because that's our
yeah, then you already have the
yeah, that's the other channel.
So it was actually easier.
Because I'm on my iPad here doing the live chat, but wait.
Tim,
so Mix and Max send us a message, because you're from Sweden and we'd love to get some tips for the area. So
but Blue Girl saying, is that channel in English? I hate to say it. I only know one language. Yeah, it's in English.
Stuffer is in English. That is actually, because we had Stuffer, the English channel about travel and food. That is why we decided to do an English Nalagom channel, because we did a German one. We are doing 2 channels at the same time with the same videos, so we film everything, not everything, but at least the talking parts we film twice, once in German and once, because Tim is German, I'm Dutch.
And we're even thinking about doing it in Dutch, but then thrice would be too much.
That would be too much. And because we had the people on Stuffer, we said we have to do an English version, because otherwise the people that follow us on Stuffer, they cannot come over and see, because then they'd have to watch a video in German. That's not nice if you don't know the language.
Yeah.
So that's why we did.
But then we also had a lot of new people, like a lot of people from Sweden, which is actually really nice, and we never thought about it. And it would be interesting for people from Sweden actually to see us as well. But it was really nice, actually. We got really nice feedback and like tips and stuff. So it's really cool.
Schützon says, you can always look closer at regional food, which can differ a lot within countries. Yeah, that's true. And we have not looked up like the regional food. Maybe you can help us with this, that's Schützon, because you're from the area.
We also already discovered there's different types of like flatbread, for example.
Dolly Dogs is here. Hi, Dolly Dogs.
Hello.
Thank you, Esther, for mentioning the name. And they wouldn't call it Momo's Husta on the menu. No, exactly.
No, then nobody would order it. Probably.
I would. I now that I know it, I actually could ask for it the next time. Do you have like a Momo's Husta? I know, like, I've been learning Swedish on Duolingo. I'm actually going to transfer to Rosetta Stone soon, but and maybe in the future I'd actually do a course, an online course or something. But I only had that like a few words that I know, but it's really difficult. So I always make the joke about jag behöver en ny flodhäst, which is like, I need a new hippo. And of course,
why wouldn't you?
Why would you? But I thought it was so random that Duolingo prioritized me learning the word hippo in Swedish.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Express says Sibylla fast food is best, I think.
Oh, that's really nice.
We've never been there, but actually here in Ludvika there's even 2.
Yeah.
And there's no max.
And you've been saying like, we need to go.
Yeah.
But of course Nala is not allowed in, so we'd have to.
Yeah, but they also have drive-through.
Yeah. So we definitely are going to do Sibylla, and we will do it in a video, because it's nice to compare. And Blue Girl's asking, which languages do we speak? You go first.
Because I have less?
No, I don't think so. I think we both have the same. No, by the way, put in your, already when we talk about the languages, put in your last questions, because we need to stop this live stream in about 4 minutes, because then we transfer to our German channel at 8 o'clock. So last questions in the chat, and then we'll see you again in May or June here in a live stream.
Yeah, so for me it's, of course, German native, English as a second language. Then I learned Dutch when I was 20. I'm now 35. And I started learning Swedish like 3 years ago or so. And now I actually also started learning French last September. But I'm really a beginner. I cannot even I can make a few whole sentences, but that's it. I cannot really have a conversation.
But your Swedish is quite good.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, it's quite good.
I cannot really like train it that much because we talk English all the time. But
you should talk more with locals. Yeah. But you wanted to go to a language cafe here, right?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
This trip we didn't have time.
Maybe next time.
It would have been tonight.
But it's like every week and like twice a week in different areas. So
yeah. And I speak Dutch, obviously. I speak German because of Tim now. I only learned it in school for 1 year, but now I've learned it. I speak French. I'm quite fluent in. I have learned Spanish, but I have not maintained it, so it's very, very rusty. I do speak it a little bit, and I can understand a bit more. But speaking Spanish, it's quite hard. And I am now learning.
I can understand quite
Swedish.
a bit. I had like a beginner's course like years ago, but yeah. I cannot really speak any Spanish.
I'm not here. Marit says she knows I'm going to talk about Spanish. No, I was being honest that it's very, very, very rusty, my Spanish. I have like one sentence that I can say like super, super, super fast.
And you have like.
But if I listen to Spanish, I can at least understand it.
So when I watch like Spanish shows, like a lot of times I understand like certain things or words.
Because I've not used it in like, I don't know, 25 or 30 years maybe even. No.
And I love how it sounds, and I love the
it's very rusty.
Nice,
but I would love to pick that up again. But now I'm focusing on Swedish first. So maybe in the future I'll try to dust off my.
But my favorite insult, like in all languages, is in Spanish. It's like when you call somebody an idiot, say imbécile. Yeah, like, I love it.
Marit is happy with my answer. Thank you, Marit. And Blugo says, do you speak Frisian? No. And I also don't really understand it. I know a few words. I can understand. There was this pop group that did Frisian songs. So by listening to those songs, I learned a tiny bit of Frisian. But no, it's a completely different language.
But it seems like it's even closer to English or something.
I don't know.
In between English and Dutch or something.
I don't know. I don't think it's much towards English, but yeah. And the real life Blue Scat said regional food, for example, in Skåne can be very different from example Gasamiddag, goose dinner. 10th of November. Never heard of it. That's interesting. Local food.
Skåne is of course really different, like in general,
put it in the
accent wise and everything.
Put it on the list. Kålbulle. That's regional for here.
Kålbulle.
And in the North Reindeer, yes. I of course.
Is it kålbulle? Is it what I think it is? Is it like a kale thing or something?
And Blue Girl, I also think it's more towards German. Although I can't really relate it to German as well, but it's definitely not that
because
much.
There's also Frisian in Germany. So there's like East Frisian, which is German, and there's West Frisian, which is in the Netherlands actually.
But unfortunately, the time is up for now. An hour goes by so fast. If you speak German, you are more than welcome to go to Nalagom and then find the Swedish or the German channel. And otherwise, we'll see you in May or June. At least in June, we're going to do a live stream if we have time in May, because in May, my parents are visiting us as well. So that might be a little bit difficult. But we will be here a week before that. If we have time, we'll be here in May and otherwise in June. But we'll announce it at least 4 or 5 days on the channel before that. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.
Hej då.
Tack så mycket.
I can say hej då and tack så mycket. It's very nice.
Tusen tack.
Kålbulle is a type of pancake with pork fat. Ooh, I like that actually.
Oh, pork fat is.
But you put it on the list, Tim, okay? Bye, everybody.
Yeah, I put it on the list. Thank you.
Yeah, Dolly Dogs is going to the bis gleich to the German channel. See you.
Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna. Oh no. Yes.